Yeah, good evening, everyone. So, see the first question of the day. Differentiate the causes of landslides in Himalayan region and Western Ghats. So, very recent question, 2021. And you can see the number of questions which are coming on this geography plus disaster management oriented questions. So, take a couple of minutes. Differentiate the causes of landslides in Himalayan region and Western Ghats. So, you have to say what are the differences which cause the landslides in Himalayan region and what are the reasons for landslides in Western Ghats. Yeah, good points, Rajni. Yeah, good points, Rajni. So, any others? So, what is the question about? The question says, causes, what are the differences for the causes of landslides in the Himalayas versus Western Ghats. So, obviously in the introduction, we'll define with what is a landslide. Landslide is a movement of land mass and debris under gravitational force. That is a standard definition for landslide. So always for geography, as even in the last class I've discussed with Sumant, try to use geographical jargon so that it will make much more sense. So landslides are movements of landmass and debris which tend to fall or slide under impact of gravitational force. And in the body, obviously you have to write, okay, it's a 150 word answer. Obviously the content is only limited. So the examiner also has given 150 word answer. So if possible, draw an India map. Okay, so this is the Himalayan region. We all know this is the Himalayan region and this is the Western Ghat region. So just mark them because the examiner will know that what kind of, okay, these are fold mountains and young mountains. These are relatively old when compared to Himalayas. Okay, and these are now coming to causes of landslides. Causes of landslides. So if you want, you can make Himalaya heading and then go for Western Ghat heading. That is also approach, okay. Or some people can take this approach, Himalaya, Western Ghats. So because the question is about differentiate, you can use, better to use this tabular form. It looks more appropriate for the demand of the question. Okay. So Himalayas versus Western Ghats. So basically the reasons for landslides at Himalayas are they are at the plate boundaries. Plate boundaries of the continents. Okay. So here it is more of anthropogenic. Then, of course, in Himalayas also there are certain anthropogenic regions. Lot of construction activities. Lot of construction activities. Example, dams, etc. Here also, lot of deforestation. Lot of deforestation because there is inhabitation and these areas are densely populated. Some areas, not all areas, some areas. Some areas are densely populated. Okay, and next is, these are young mountains, and obviously they are still growing due to subduction. Hence, they are prone to landslides. These areas are having a lot of construction activities which causes landslides. Okay, so these are some of the points which you can mention. And any other points which you people remember, which I might have missed? Sumant?
Sir, we can go. I mean, there are a lot of anthropogenic regions, sir. For example, there is we missed mining in Western Ghats. Apart from inhabitation, apart from deforestation, there is also mining which goes on continuously. And
Yeah, mining, iron ore mining in places like Goa.
yes, sir. And we can also take
unsustainable tourism in Himalayas.
Yes, sir. Same is the reason in Kerala also, sir.
Yeah, Goa, Kerala, and even in some parts of Karnataka also. Unsustainable tourism in Himalayas. Here also there are a lot of constructions, right? In Western Ghat. And finally, you can always say climate change. Yes, climate change is one of the main reasons for landslides because there tend to be the ice. The ice is melting, which is also causing landslides. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. In Himalayas, we can also mention flash floods, sir. I mean, flash floods or this cloud burst. In fact, cloud burst will be a better word to we can to give, which actually impacts the this landslide.
Cloud burst is again a reason for, is one of the outcome of climate change. Maybe you can say the glacier melting. Glacier melting is again ice melting. So the cloud burst, flash floods are all interrelated to climate change only.
Sir, Himalayan river flow.
What is that Himalayan rivers? How are they related to landslides?
Sir, they flow with the high speeds now, sir. Due to which lot of this silt and other other soil gets move towards the plains now, sir. This may relate to the landslides.
not directly related. Okay, because rivers are outcome of Himalayas snow melting only. Okay, anyhow, this is a 150 words, so we have made more than 10 to 11 points. It is enough. And then in the conclusion, you can mention that landslides are both natural and man-made or anthropogenic. The need of the hour is to maintain the serene nature of Mother Earth for sustainable development. Okay? Fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir, but
sir.
what I thought is instead of using an all-encompassing term like climate change, if we can give different dimensions of climate change and conclude that already when climate change is exacerbating the frequency of these incidents, there has to be uh, best effort from human side as well as uh, the local the the advantages of local knowledge as well as the efforts from government should act in synergy to stop this frequent landslides.
Okay, fine. That also
Is
you can.
Yes, sir.
Government plus local administration synergy.
Yes, sir. Not local administration, sir, but
Local
the
local people knowledge.
yes, sir. Local communities, they have their own set of strategies to minimize the disaster, the risks emanating from disaster. That's what I meant, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Good. Yes. Mining, heavy mining, yeah. Gym cultivation, heavy rainfall, okay. Yes, on cold. Good. So this conclusion also is good. You have brought in the Madhav Gadgil committee report and NDMA guidelines. And also you can talk about the UNFCCC guidelines also. Okay, fine. See the next question. Major hot deserts in northern hemisphere are located between 20 and 30 degree north and on the western side of the continents. So they are saying there's a particular latitude for these deserts and the direction is on the western side of the continents. Why? So obviously they are asking you the geographical phenomena behind this. Take a couple of minutes. Yeah. Yes, good reasons. Yeah. So even if you do not know the worldwide scenario in this kind of questions, obviously it's a world question. Okay. See what is the question exactly? Major hot deserts. Major hot deserts in the northern hemisphere are located between 20 degrees to 30 degrees north and western side. So what is the reasons? So even if you take India map, this is the Tropic of Cancer. We all know the Tropic of Cancer is 25.3 degrees, 23.5 degrees north, and our Thar desert is somewhere here in the Rajasthan area. So this is obviously the equator is somewhere here below India, that is 0 degrees, and India ends at around somewhere 32 degrees. So obviously, even if for India's sake, if you see, it is between 20 degrees north and 30 degrees north. Yes or no? And then it is on the western side of the continent. It is on the western side of the continent. So with regard to India, which is a subcontinent, this is the position. Even if you take the world map, first start with intro, what is a desert? We all know that desert is a, basically desert is a, what are the features of desert? Dry area, extremely low rainfall, with hardly any vegetation. Okay, so then you can draw a world map. Here maybe you have to at least try to attempt drawing world map. This is North America, South America. If you say this is Africa, then Asia, here India is coming. Okay, just if you draw that Europe, at least mark some of the continents. Africa will be obviously a little bit higher. Okay, mark some of the deserts. So what are the deserts? Here you have the North American desert near the California. Okay, and then in the South America we have Atacama. Okay, and then in China we have Gobi Desert. In India we have Thar Desert. Okay, and most of these deserts are between 20 degree north to 30 degree north. If you remember any other deserts, you can definitely draw them. This is the Sahara Desert, one of the biggest deserts of the world. Okay, at the bottom we have Kalahari. Okay, so all these are some of the deserts. So what are the reasons? Reasons for location of these deserts between 20 degree north to 30 degree north. And we all know, basically, there is something called rain shadow region, or the leeway side, they call it as. Rain shadow region or the leeway side. This generally does not get the rain. Does not get the rain. And as a result, it is very dry. And also the temperature is basically high in these areas. Okay. Okay. And then because there is no particular rainfall here, over a period of time, the sand and other thing build up, and which gives rise to formation of desert. Okay, so that is one important example, or one of the important reason. And then between 20° north to 30° north, these are called generally harsh latitudes. Harsh latitudes. And here the air lacks moisture. The air lacks moisture and it doesn't have the capacity to precipitate. The capacity to precipitate is not there. And hence the temperature is high and it descends as a desert. Okay. And another important reason is the presence of cold ocean currents. The presence of cold ocean currents, basically the west coast across the continents, especially in the northern hemisphere, have the presence of cold ocean currents. And this ocean currents do not have the cloud formation capacity and hence leads to the arid conditions. And in the latitudes mentioned, the relative humidity is less. This means the precipitation capacity is less. And then obviously there is no cloud formation. Okay, so in the conclusion you can write, due to all the above mentioned reasons, the deserts are mostly found in these latitudes. However, due to growing anthropogenic interference, as per the United Center for Desertification, Combating Desertification, desertification is increasing day by day and is no more confined to particular latitude. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Cold ocean currents, yes. Low relative humidity. Conclusion can be better, Mahesh.
Yes, sir.
Conclusion can be better. Okay. Fine, it's a decent attempt. See the third question. Why are the world's fold mountain systems located along the margins of the continent, but bring out the association between global distribution of fold mountains and the earthquakes and volcanoes? Yeah. So if you see the question, Why are the world's fold mountain systems located along the margins of the continent? First part of the question. Bring out the association between the global distribution of fold mountains and the earthquakes. Second question. And the volcanoes. Bring out the association between the global distribution of fold mountains and earthquakes and volcanoes. So they are asking what is the association between fold mountains and earthquakes, fold mountains and volcanoes, and why fold mountains are located along the margins of the continent. So 3 questions within 1 question. I'm telling this that in geography, the important aspect is not to miss the core demand and the various dimensions of the question. Yeah, convergent, and convergent ocean boundaries. Yeah. Yes. For everything, you have to give the example across the world. Yeah, it's a good answer, Rajni. Yeah. So, yes, good points, Sumant and Rajni. So, basically, the question is asking you various dimensions. So, first, they are asking why are the fold mountains present across the margins of the continent. This is the first question. Why margins of the continent? Second is what is the relationship between fold mountains and earthquakes? And finally, fold mountain and volcanoes. Okay, so these are the 3 different dimensions of the question which are being asked. So fold mountains, margins of the continent. So introduction, give what are the fold mountains. They are basically formed, fold mountains are basically formed due to the collision of 2 or more plates where the lighter plates come up, and this particular process is called subduction. Okay, and the examples are Himalayas and etc. So all these are young mountains. In the body, straight away come to the main first demand of the question. Why they are located around the continental margins? Continental margins, obviously we know the phenomena behind this. It is called plate tectonics. Plate tectonics. Okay, it is between the convergent plates or convergent oceanic plates. Whenever these 2 plates come in contact, so you can write like this. You can draw the figure. This is coming from this side. This is coming from this side. So the result is that one plate goes down and one plate comes up. So this is the process of convergence or called as subduction. Similarly, with the oceanic convergence. Okay, so here you can give a case study of how Himalaya came out of the Tethys Sea due to the phenomena of subduction. convergent phenomena, and which lies at the boundary of two plates. Boundaries of two plates. So this case you can write, and then this will be the first part of the question. The second part of the question is fold mountains and the relationship with earthquakes. So what is the relationship between the earthquake? When there is intense collision between these plates, obviously, and this collision is please, you can mainly observe this is a continuous process. This is not one time the collision has happened and plates are done. No, this is a continuous process. The collision is happening at the Himalayas and the plates, continuous process. So this continuous process will cause disturbance. This will cause disturbance in the surrounding layers. Leading to certain seismic activity. See the choice of words I'm using. Leading to certain seismic activity, and also generates huge amount of energy with this particular collision, thereby sometimes resulting into earthquakes. So example again, you can write the Nepal earthquake in Himalayas is a classic example of the seismic activity due to plate tectonics. Nepal earthquake. And coming to the next one, fold mountains and volcanoes. Again, whenever there is certain magma stored inside the earth, and if such places are along the convergent boundaries where there are fold mountains, this leads to the energy being released in the form of volcanoes. Example, Mount Etna in Italy, and also the Pacific Ring of Fire. And you can give the example of Indonesia for both volcano and earthquake. And then conclude by saying fold mountains are some of the youngest and active geographical phenomena along the earth, on the earth's surface. On the earth's surface are the active geographical phenomena along the earth's surface. They influence various geomorphic processes, including earthquakes and volcanoes. Okay, and the need of the hour is to ensure that these natural phenomena are less impacted by anthropogenic activity. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, as we gave example of Indonesia and all, so these islands are the one type of fold mountains formed due to this activity, sir?
No. They are in the plate boundaries. So we are saying, okay, Indonesia, you can talk about Fujiyama in Japan. Okay. So we are just trying to say that, okay, it may not be directly related to the fold mountains and the earthquakes, especially Indonesia. But then you can say that wherever they are convergent boundaries, because we are saying that fold mountains are the outcome of the convergent boundaries. So these are also near the convergent boundaries, and hence there is volcanic activity.
Okay, sir.
You can take Japan example, if that is the case. Mount Fujiyama.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Fine. See the last question. How do ocean currents and water masses differ in their impacts on marine life and coastal environment? We did ocean currents very extensively. Water masses. Okay, give suitable examples. Take 2 minutes of time.
Sir, answer checking for the last question.
Yeah. You have written,
So you
Shanta
didn't
Prasad?
check the answer for the
Yes,
last
sir.
question.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. You have written, Shanta Prasad?
Yes, sir.
This is a question. Yes, continent to continent and oceanic continent. Good. As of now, there are only 4 zones. Just check once.
Yes, sir. 2, 3, 4, 5, sir.
2, 3, 4, 5 or 1, 2, 3, 4.
I
You're
have read
talking
2,
about
3, 4,
secret.
5.
So 2, 3, 4, 5 only, sir. The one is the extreme possibility of it, and
2, 3, 4,
we
5, right?
fortunately don't have it.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 is generally the most active seismic zone, right?
Yes, sir.
The 5 is near Himalayas. 4 and 5 near Himalayas. Remaining 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay. Good conclusion. See the last question.
Sir, just one point, if I can talk about Shanta Prasad answer, where when he was explaining the phenomena of the volcano, the relation between the fold mountains and volcano, given that his font size is small and the explanation runs into 4 or 5 lines, if we can use bigger font, or if we can use flow charts, it will be very much easy to understand. I mean, it will just flow, sir, instead of examiner stopping at one paragraph for a long time. So just wanted to say that.
Okay, see, actually, thing is, the flowcharts are just an addition to what we write. Okay, they are not the substitute to something which we can write. So ideally, the feedback from my side would be to make his font size more legible than to avoid writing itself. Okay, so there is nothing substitute for writing. So there are toppers who are saying, I just drew the diagrams. I am simply saying like these reasons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 10 out of 10. That is all, after getting rank, everyone tends to talk few things which are practically unreal also. So having seen many of them who got ranks from the very close quarters, I can assure you that, there are many other things which they must have done, but not definitely that they're simply saying that, okay, I had this issue of writing. So I always used to draw diagrams. I always used to draw flow charts. Even if you overdo that, it becomes a drawing paper than a essay paper. So he is doing diagrams here. Definitely his diagrams are bit congested because of the space actually is taking between two lines. Having a less font size in his writing, he's actually taking a lot of space between two lines. As of now, I'm not feeling it's very crammed up, but sometimes when I felt it was crammed up, I told him. For example, if you see, I hope you're able to see the compressed paper now. Are you able to see the compressed paper?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So overall, when I see, definitely the issue is with the legibility, but not with the presentation. So something where he can work out. See, the moment I see at this level, I have no issue. But when I see at this level, maybe there are issues in trying to know, but then definitely it is not that bad where, I want him to change his entire presentation. Because for me, as of now, the quality of answer, what he is writing is more important. Then definitely over a period of time, the other things can follow. At the same time, Sumant, because you also have this of drawing diagrams a lot, diagrams are no substitute for writing, because they are asking you to write 150 words, not 10 diagrams. So you have to write 150 words. You have to present the answer in words. The issue is maybe the font he can work upon. Definitely, that's a good feedback you have given. Shanta Prasad, try to present, if I see, maybe, yeah, you see Rajini's answer for the same question. We'll see. Yeah, she has drawn a. So the font size, I'm not comparing handwriting here. Everyone has their own good handwriting. So let's, at this age, we cannot change the handwriting. So not easy, but you can see the font size, right? Shanta Prasad. Font means
Yes, sir.
the size at which she is writing the words. So that is what Sumant also is trying to say. And you see the size at which you are writing the words. It's comparatively smaller. And it is actually because I am your examiner right now, I am taking that extra pain in trying to understand your answers. So what Sumant is feeling is that the final examiner may not take so much pain in actually seeing and stopping at every line and trying to understand what you have written. And I've kept on saying this, that it is your responsibility to project the answer to the examiner. So try to work upon this size slightly, maybe this size will be good. See, due, you're writing like this, you can say due to. So this and this size is making, though it's not a big thing, on the overall look, it makes a lot of impact. Okay, Sumant, this is what you wanted to say, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I mean, in between session when you are talking and you have kindly allowed me to give my feedback also, feels like a highly democratic classroom. So thank you, sir.
Shanta Prasad.
Thank you, Sumant sir.
Okay, right. See, the Last question. How do ocean currents and water masses differ in their impacts and marine life and the coastal environment? Give suitable example. So again, multiple questions within a question, the hallmark of a typical geography question. Yeah. So the question is very lengthy, and so will be the answer. You see the question has multiple dimensions to it. So they are first asking you what are ocean currents, and then what are water masses, water masses, how they differ from each other, and their impact, the ocean currents impact on marine life, and ocean currents impact on coastal environment, and then water masses impact on marine life, and water masses impact on coastal environment. So you will have the comparison first, and then within ocean currents you will have these two side headings, and within water masses you will have these two side headings. So quite a big question. How many marks it was given? 200 words. Okay, in 2015 there was nothing called 200 words. It should be 250 words. So it is 250 words. So obviously essay type question, and hence there are, the moment you write 1, 2, this is first dimension, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you write these 5 dimensions and then properly conclude, your answer will be good, and it will be definitely awarded by the examiner. So obviously first give the definitions of what are ocean currents. You can know that it is a continuous flow or movement of the ocean water or sea water. Okay, basically we know that ocean currents are further classified into cold currents and warm currents. Give examples. Okay, what is an example of cold current? Anyone?
Labrador
Canary
currents.
current.
Canary
Labrador.
current.
Labrador, Canary.
And warm current is Gulf Stream, right? Okay. So,
Yes,
and
sir.
then what are the water masses? Next definition is water masses. So here only you are trying to differentiate. So it is a homogeneous body of, these are technical definitions which you have to remember. Unfortunately, sometimes these definitions we tend to skip during our preparation, but we have to remember. Of huge volume, homogeneous body of huge volume of ocean water having similar temperature and salinity. So isothermal and isosaline. Okay, and now first is ocean currents and their impact on, first is the marine life. What is the marine life? We all know where the warm and cold ocean currents meet, they have lot of plankton, and this promotes lot of fishes. So the biodiversity of that particular area increases where these two currents meet. So that is the first aspect of the impact of ocean currents on the marine life, because this planktons provides a lot of nutrients. Okay, so these are the one of the most highly fish available zones. Okay, and the temperature also is moderate, which supports lot of aqueous life. So hence this is the impact of ocean current on marine life. And then what is the impact on coastal environment? We know that some of the frozen ports get activated due to the warm currents. And this actually facilitates the marine transport. Okay. And then the cold ocean currents have a moderating influence on the local temperature. Moderating influence on the local temperature. Okay. And then, so these are the important contributions of ocean current in marine life and coastal environment. And now the water masses. Water masses and their impact first on the marine life. So within water masses, there is a phenomena called upwelling and downwelling of the water. So this upwelling and downwelling decides the nutrient availability and thereby directly impacts the aqueous life inside the water. So when there is upwelling, the water tends to become nutrient rich because the bottom nutrients are coming upside, and then this promotes biodiversity, and also the fish availability is high. When there is downwelling, it is not conducive for aqua life. Okay, and then coming to the coastal environment. What is the impact of water mass on coastal environment? So basically, the polar water mass, they tend to freeze during winter, which makes the sea navigation very, very difficult or almost sometimes impossible. Okay, and then tropical water mass give the warming effect in the surrounding areas, and also they promote the growth of plankton, which provides nutrients and also promotes the growth of coral reefs, thereby promoting the biodiversity. Okay, and then the water mass also promotes local weather, also influences the local weather and has moderating effect. In the conclusion, we write that both these ocean currents and water masses have significant impact not only on the marine and coastal ecosystems, but also on the local weather conditions. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Only 3 people have written. Huh? Rajni, you have written?
Yes, sir.
Good, definitions are good. They are very much in line with the exact definitions. Yes. Yes. If possible, draw a diagram. For example, you can draw the North America, South America, and Europe, and try to show the Labrador Current and Gulf Stream. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Upwelling, downwelling, good. Good points. Good. Fine. So anything, any doubts?
No, sir, that's it.
Okay, fine. We'll meet
Yes.
tomorrow. Good
Yes,
night.
sir. Good night.